There's always a special moment in a show. Chances are you'll experience many. Your special moment is most likely different from the person sitting next to you. It took me a few years to realize that we need to focus at creating those special moments. Without them, the show is not memorable. We are in the business of creating special moments. When we have guests that tells us that it's hard to choose only one special moment in a show, we know we did our job.
So a lot of the times when people come to see the fusion shows, they don't know what's gonna happen. They've never seen a fusion show before, and I love when they get surprised by some of the performance, either creeping behind their chairs or popping up on the middle stage in the middle of everybody, frightening them a little bit. And
what I like about fusion is the fact that it's not just a stage production. It's not just a show. It's more than that. It's something that brings together the community. It's something that brings together talent and local talent, and not just a bunch of people that are hired to put on a show. I think that the fact that it incorporates video, the fact that it incorporates special effects, the fact that when you go to a fusion show, you don't know what to expect. You have no idea what you're going to see. It's going to surprise you. There's no question there.
De voir les étincelles dans leurs yeux au moment du show, même à travers les pratiques, mais quand c'est venu le moment du show, puis qu'à la fin du show, ils disaient « Isa, ils vont-tu revenir, les productions de fusion », ça c'était vraiment, je pense que c'est la récompense ultime de voir qu'on a vécu un autre événement magique comme ça.
Fusion is different from other shows because I find that Matt takes some unique professionals within our different industries to really fuse us together.
When it comes to the performing arts, one of the most important things is the audience. When you're on stage and performing for the audience and they're cheering you on and they're giving you all this motivation, it's the best feeling in the world when the audience is enjoying what you're putting out there.
I like how many people it brings together, and not just people, but artists, young artists, starting artists, and of all kinds and backgrounds. You've got singers, you've got dancers, you've got tumblers, you've got musicians, and you've got the people in the background, the hair, the makeup, all this other stuff, the costumes. Like, there's so many, and I'm sure I'm missing some out. So what I love the most about the shows was the unity of all of that coming together and watching it come to life. We get glimpses, I'd get pictures. Nobody knew what was happening behind the scenes or on stage until you actually get to sit down and see everything come alive. So it was absolutely amazing. The show itself is phenomenal, but to know what goes in the background and seeing it come to life was absolutely phenomenal.
I really feed off the audience a lot, and also backstage. Especially at fusion shows, we try to create a very positive atmosphere behind the scene, and I think that makes the whole experience so much more fun. Everyone is so nice toward the other artists, and we really try to motivate each other and cheer for them when they're on stage and just the moment before. So it's a great experience and a great feeling.
I loved the collaboration with new business owners and young, talented athletes and performers. And I think that's what makes it unique.
Going into our third year, I was excited but also stressed about the new direction of the show. We went from a small art theater to the biggest venue in the region at that time. There was a lot of firsts in that show. The first time I painted live on stage. The first time we had a story. The first time we had costumes. The first time we had characters. The story was told with a narration, which we changed to videos the next year in the show Artifices. The costumes were also limited to a few characters, but it was a great start to something that became bigger years after years.
Her name is Aaliyah, and she is a beautiful single drop of water. For the longest time, Aaliyah has been fighting the elements, trying to find her place in this world. Aaliyah also has a dream. By the time her journey is over, Aaliyah wants her contribution to have mattered. Some say that life is a piece of art, but only a few choose to hold their own brush.
I was very excited when Matt first contacted me about this project. I really do like to do creative things and do stuff that's a little bit different than the normal. So of course building a pond and a waterfall inside my studio was definitely different. So I was very excited and of course jumped on board as soon as we talked about it. The biggest issues probably were, putting that amount of water plus a waterfall inside the studio was the amount of damage that could happen from it, and making sure that it was contained. That part never really came into question until we actually started building. Before that was just excitement to build. But we definitely took a lot of precautions to protect the studio and stop from damage. Luckily, as the day went on, we didn't get any damage. So I was really excited with the way it all turned out. Very happy with the way the water worked over the artwork and stuff. We definitely had our little issues along the way, but everything worked out really great.
Painting live is never something I had envisioned. As I was creating the show Aaliyah, I wanted to offer something different and unique to the audience. No one else was doing this inside a big production. I ended up painting live in 4 consecutive shows until I did it for the last time in Tuco 2. Every year the show was getting bigger and I constantly had the pressure to do more. It wasn't easy being the director and also a character in a show. I struggled with this for a while. I didn't want to stop painting live because I felt it brought a unique element to the show. But as we grew and introduced more cities, it became too difficult to direct, produce, and also be part of the cast. I took myself out for the show Jaha in 2018, and truthfully, it was probably our best show even if I didn't paint live on stage. I might be back at some point, but I don't really have plans to do so in the near future.
The scope of fusion and the time and the effort that goes into the costumes and the makeup and the production quality is definitely unique, I think, at least in the Maritimes. Seeing the artistry and how all of the props and the costumes and even the background set, it's not really just a background set, it's part of this world that gets created. Details in those things is amazing. So to see just the world that was created the first time I stepped into the convention center, not really expecting that amount of people and those amount of costumes and the variety of costumes and the colors. And I think Tuco was a kind of a little steampunk themed. And so to see that theme carried so consistently throughout costumes, makeup, video, everything, it was really amazing to see the production quality that Fusion brings to all of its shows.
Yeah. Good job.
Unzip her, give her air.
I love that. Je vais en état une something like that.
Very cool.
Good job. I'm not sure how to see it.
Action. So you're walking up the ravine. You're walking. Who's that? You got my daughter? Oh no.